Hello everyone, this is Pooka, and I got another deck for you guys from the brand new X and Y set. I feel like this will be one of the strongest decks now with the brand new set coming out, and that's all because of one card, and that is what the deck revolves around, Yveltal EX. I think I featured this card in all three of my new decks so far, and that's just because it is absurdly broken. Evil Ball, if you don't know what it does already, for 1 dark, 1 colorless, it is basically Mewtwo EX's X Ball plus 20 damage. 20 plus 20 for each energy attached to both active Pokemon. So this is just a ridiculously good card. We're going to see it a lot. And this deck is all about abusing Yveltal EX. That is the goal here. So we have Evil Ball, and then Y Cyclone is a decent attack as well. 90 for 3, and then you get to move an energy from this to a benched Pokemon. So if you know you're going to lose your energy, you're going to get knocked out or something, and you can still attack with Y Cyclone, you can go ahead and move an energy to your next Yveltal EX to preserve your energy and just keep the train moving. So that's the main attacker. Otherwise, it's fairly standard Darkrai stuff. We do have a regular Yveltal as well. The attack Oblivion Wing is pretty nice. For 1 dark, it does 30, and then you get a darkness energy from your discard pile and attach it to one of your bench Pokemon. We also have Darkness Blade, it does 100 for 3, and if Tails, you can attack during your next turn. Not a bad attack. 130 HP, very solid Pokemon. But like I said, otherwise, the standard Darkrai cards we've seen for a couple of years now. Sableye, of course, for Junk Hunt. I don't know if we should actually play this anymore. This deck is extremely aggressive, so you might not even want to bother with Junk Hunt, as weird as that sounds. But we still have 2 of them because, well, Junk Hunt is just pretty good. And then Darkrai, of course. Everybody should know what this does by now. The main reason I actually run Darkrai in this deck is for Dark Cloak. I don't think I actually attack with Darkrai very often. The other reason is to give yourself another weakness to play with. You see, Darkrai is weak to fighting. That's been kind of the bane of Darkrai's existence. You know, its fighting weakness. There's always been stuff to keep it in check. But Yveltal EX actually resists fighting, and it's weak to lightning. So Darkrai is another attacker that can just give you a different type to be weak to. And then, of course, we have an Absol as well. Mind Jack comes in handy quite a bit. So this deck is just built to be fast and aggressive. So we have the simple draw engine of 4 random receiver, 4 N, 4 Professor Juniper, just to draw cards as quickly as possible. And then 2 bicycle, and we're running computer search as the ace spec because we're all about being speedy and just putting as much pressure on as possible. We also have Hypnotoxic Laser and Burbank City Gym for some additional damage. And you can run Muscle Band or Dark Claw since this deck runs all dark Pokemon. Since Dark Claw is probably going to feel left out with all the Muscle Band going around, I figure we'll give Dark Claw some love in this deck. So gives you 20 extra damage on all of your attacks in this deck. And I'm going to try out Red Card as well. Shuffle in your opponent's hand and make them draw 4 cards. This can be nice with aggressive decks. Put your opponent at a low hand size early on and just attack, and they may not have the resources to respond to you. But basically just using Dark Patch and double colorless energy and Dark Claw and Laser and even Energy Switch. We're going to try to use Evil Ball for as much damage as possible. That's the entire goal of this deck. Do it fast. And that's it. Now, I tried my best to play some games with this deck to get some good footage to show the deck in action. I just couldn't play games that lasted very long. I completed 7 games in 30 minutes with this deck. It's too fast. So this is one of the best games I got. And I'm sorry if it's not good enough, but I really tried and I just couldn't get good games with this deck. They were just over so fast I didn't know what to do. So this is actually the longest game I played out of 7 games. So we'll show this deck off here. I actually start off with the regular Yveltal here, and we are going up against a Reshiram and a Mewtwo EX on the bench. So we'll see what we can get. I don't like. I feel like red card is a card that's very strong, but you kind of have to build your deck around it. For example, here, say that hand I just had that got shuffled in. If I wanted to use red card, and then I have N, well, that's counterintuitive early on. You can't red card and put your opponent at 4 cards, and then play an N and make them draw 6. That doesn't work very well. So a red card is a card I'm going to have to try to figure out how to use correctly. I don't think it works well with N, so you might have to cut back on N and then just run other straight draw supporters like maybe Shauna. It's a little weaker than N, but it doesn't give your opponent extra cards, so I don't know. It's going to be interesting to see the correct way to build decks. I do feel like red card has a ton of potential, and I'm trying to find a way to use it correctly, besides just Hooligans, Jiminkass, and Honchkrow. So I'm fortunate to get End there, because I had garbage in my hand. We're actually kind of on we had a slow start there. Not very explosive at all. Fortunately, I was able to get a laser and a Verbank right away, but that was put to rest by a potion of all things. So now I got to decide what to do, and I feel like the purpose of this video is to kind of show off Yveltal EX, so we're going to try to just rush in there and attack as quickly as possible, going to escape rope and force an attacker to come out. Now I could junk hunt here, but I think I'm just going to be aggressive like I've been saying. We're going to drop down a laser and then attach to the active Yveltal EX and Juniper here. And this is another spot where red card isn't very good. When they have 4 cards, I mean, I don't know what those 4 cards are. So there's no point in giving them a fresh 4. I guess we'll just wait, see if they play a Juniper or something. And then I can red card them down to a smaller hand size. But I'm going to Ultra Ball here for a second Yveltal EX. And then here's where I'm going to use Y Cyclone. Because I know I'm facing Mewtwo, so I want to take less damage from an X Ball if that's going to happen. And we can actually move a double colorless to a new Yveltal EX. So it's pretty solid right there, and get a ton of damage on that Mewtwo. Now it's going to retreat with the Float Stone, and we see the Pokemon Center and a blue flare. Oh man. I haven't been blue flared in a while unless I'm facing a Raybor deck. But I can computer search here, and it's kind of weird on what you would want to take. I can take a Professor's Letter, just to get more energy in the discard pile for Dark Patch. But I'm actually gonna just Tool Scrapper, get rid of Rocky Helmet, because it can get kind of annoying. And then I'm actually gonna Juniper, and I think we have enough energy. This is enough energy to Evil Ball for 120 damage. And that should tell you how silly that is. A Dark and a double colorless, and we just did 120 damage. So, Evil Ball is pretty darn good, I will say that much. But hey, so is X Ball. Mewtwo is saying I am the original. Don't try to jack my style. I did it first. And yep, Mewtwo's going to get its revenge and X Ball for 100. And now I have to decide what to do. If I drew the correct crazy combination of cards here, I could actually pull up an Evil Ball knockout. It would take a Dark, and then a Dark Claw, and then a Verbank. And that would actually be a knockout. That's how silly that is. But considering how much stuff I've gone through already, I feel like it's not the right choice. So we're just going to do a basic turn here. I don't have to waste a Dark Patch because we can use Oblivion Wing for 50 and then take a Darkness out of the discard pile and attach it to the benched Yveltal EX. So this regular Yveltal definitely coming in handy right here, getting some energy in play while also doing 50 damage. It's a nice little change of pace attacker when things are starting to head south. I do like that. Playing at least one of those seems pretty good. Now, Here we soften up the Mewtwo enough where I can just go ahead and Evil Ball for the knockout. I don't even need to put another energy on there. Even with the Giant Cape, it is a knockout. And we're going to Evil Ball for 120, finishing off the Mewtwo EX right there. It did have a Giant Cape, which could have been annoying, but nope, Evil Ball just does enough damage. And now we're down to 3 prizes, and you can see just how quickly you can knock things out once you start getting enough energy. Now, I haven't even loaded this thing up with a bunch of energy. I have been pretty steady with, single attachment. I don't even know if I've used a dark patch this game. And even with just manual attachments, we have been able to knock out things pretty easily. And we should be able to finish off this game. The Reshiram does come out with an energy and passes. I think I'll just use this opportunity. Instead of walking into an Outrage, we'll just sit here and Oblivion Wing for 50, set up the Reshiram so we can knock it down next turn with Yveltal EX. And, boy, I really don't know what else to say. I mean, Yveltal EX, I feel, is hands down the best Pokemon in this set. It's just not even close. This is one of the best Pokemon we have seen in a long time. I thought Mewtwo EX when it came out would just be the best Pokemon like forever. It was just so absurdly good. And now we just have a Dark type one that, first of all, does 20 additional damage compared to X-Ball. And then it has Dark Patch for energy acceleration. And it had Dark Claw, but we got Muscle Band anyway. But it's just like, what else does it need? It's just really good. So we do see a Chandelure come out, so we can see what my opponent's strategy actually was with this deck. It's the Chandelure, Reshiram, Mewtwo deck. Probably not going to stack up very well against today's metagame, but hey, doesn't hurt to try out new ideas. And here I could just keep charging forward with Yveltal EX and probably win in about 3 turns. But hey, we can sit back with Junk Hunt too and just go ahead and grab some item cards and go from there. We got all day. I don't think Chandelure is going to be doing much of anything. Got a nice prize lead. Might as well recover some resources. And you never know when Sableye comes in handy like this. Junk Hunt is just one of the best attacks ever. I'm serious. That getting back 2 item cards is just another effect that's so strong. And Dark type Pokemon, it didn't seem like they needed much more to remain relevant. But hey, every new set seems like Dark type Pokemon just get more and more and more to work with. And I'm convinced at this point that Darkrai will never, ever, ever, ever go away until it is rotated out for good. Which won't be for a while because we got Legendary Treasures and Darkrai was printed in that set as well. So look forward to more Darkrai. So we do see the Reshiram get loaded up with energy, but I did take the Escape Rope with Junk Hunt. So one of those Pokemon has to come out. If it's Mewtwo, we can just Evil Ball for the game. If it's Reshiram, that goes down, and then, well, the game's pretty much over. And the Mewtwo does come out. I can just energy switch up to the active Dark Claw, Laser, and yep, that actually finishes off this Mewtwo. I don't even need to attach an energy this turn. Evil Ball for the game. So I hope that shows off how silly Yveltal EX actually is. But if it didn't, try it out for yourself. So, hope you guys enjoyed. I will definitely have some more videos for you soon. I am Pooka from the Top Cut, and I will see you guys next time.